I love reading manhwa and I'm an active reader. Others may call us losers, but they don't know the satisfaction of finishing a masterpiece, where the writer had poured all his passion and daydreams. I spend most of the time reading and exploring different mangas in various genres. Here are my best selected and interesting mangas you should read if you love exploring in modern times. Selecting and rating are difficult things. I hope my personal ideas don't upset you. In this video there are 10 manhwas that I am currently suggesting, that have their plot focused around cultivation, in the modern world. They are in no particular order. I just listed them as I thought of them. Let's get started. 10. The Earth's Chosen Savior. Ongoing, Chapter 30. The Earth has a message for all of its inhabitants. The world is ending in 42 days, and monsters will bring about the apocalypse. Game studio employee Jung-Yu Park is selected by the Earth as someone who can save the planet, but he must first survive in a world where people are now killing each other for power. He also must compete with other saviors to retain his planet-saving abilities. As Doomsday approaches, can Jung-Yu become the savior the world needs? The main character starts off as a normal office worker, then becomes ruthless when he needs to be smart. And he can grasp the situation quickly. The interface and power system of this manhwa is different from other RPG-type manhwas. In this manhwa, after anything is killed, an essence orb drops, and that essence orb is equivalent to that of experience points from other RPGs. The premise overall is slightly generic with towers, dungeons and monsters. However, the characters are amazing, as the MC is a true villain rather than the half-assed edgelords that fills most other manhwas. 9. I'm the max level newbie. Ongoing. Chapter 34. Kong Jin-hyuk, a gaming streamer and content creator, is the only person who has cleared the game. However, as the game's popularity declines, it becomes increasingly difficult for him to continue making a living as a content creator. Jin-hyuk prepares to end his 11-year-long relationship with the game and to say goodbye to his humble group of subscribers. But on that very day, the Tower of Trials appears in reality with a message saying that humanity will perish unless all players clear each floor within 90 days. Jin-hyuk, who knows the game better than anyone, decides to use his knowledge to his advantage and dominate the tower. It's time to show everyone what a hardcore gamer can do. The basic premise of each storyline has been exactly the same, and it can be explained like this. The newbies flounder and panic and have little to no idea what they're doing. The experts, confident, rush to complete certain tried and true strategies. While Jin-hyuk, the soul god level, ignores that expert strategy and instead enacts a counterintuitive strategy that no one else knows about. It can be satisfying to see the protagonist looking down on all the supposed experts as they do things, which he has long since discovered to be pointless. The 3 storylines so far, the 3 areas where Jin-hyuk's out there strategies are shown off, are the mangrove tree, the museum, and the first floor labyrinth. He's definitely overpowered and has things work out in a way that appears easy, though it's palatable because we know it's only easy this time around, because he spent 11 years previously grinding and struggling to fine-tune how to do things. I do find fair fusion ability to be somewhat of a ridiculously convenient ability, but I also look forward to seeing what type of combinations will come about. I appreciate the little mini-quests which Jin-hyuk must complete before gaining a new skill. It helps add some tension and acts as a built-in excuse for tangential material. Other than Jin-hyuk, none of the characters have had much time to shine. Each storyline has gotten a new cast of supporting characters, so I haven't been able to build bonds with any of them. The art is very nice. Clean and pleasing. 8. As the richest man, I don't want to be reborn. Ongoing. Chapter 98. Being in a world full of wuxia, cultivation, sci-fi, magic, all of these doesn't matter. Do you want to get rich? Become the richest in the world? Or the richest in the universe? Here is the richest man, Wan Chong. He will bring you on a journey around that world. Teach you how to get rich. Fulfill your dream of becoming rich. And show you how to earn tons of money. This is actually an amazing manhwa that I really enjoyed. I like the concept of it and everything else about it. It's not perfect, but it is a really good and interesting manhwa. 7. Dimensional Mercenary. Ongoing. Chapter 28. Would you like to find a job? Even at the cost of your soul? If so, then you've found the right place. Our job hunting advice website, Soul Sellers, is a site geared towards those willing to even sell their souls for employment. That's right, people like you. Are you dealing with angels or demons? 30-year-old freeloader Chul Ho Kong made a deal through this shady site, even selling his soul for money. An invitation to the other world for the weak and downtrodden of society for a chance to change their lot in life. That is the mission given to Chul Ho Kong. So this will be a combined review for all the 4 seasons I have read. The art just keeps changing mid-season, which pisses me off real hard. So the story starts off really nice and is rather unique, but it just starts going downhill. They don't explain anything, and just rush into different dimensions, which starts to become annoying. The pace also keeps changing drastically. Sometimes it's extremely fast, sometimes it's normal, and sometimes it's really slow. You can read it if you want to pass time, but that's basically it. 6. The Return of the Disaster Class Hero. Ongoing. Chapter 27. There once was the strongest hero on Earth. But he died though. How does a guy we killed gonna come back? I know, right? But if there was a way to come back, he would come back. But did he really come back after 20 years? What are you so surprised about? Why? Did you do something to feel guilty about? You bastards. I won't let you get away with it. There are a total of 13 heroes and the MC is the strongest one of them all. During a raid on a dungeon, he is betrayed by one of his companions who backstabbed him and threw him into a pit full of monsters. Everyone thought he was dead, but after some years he managed to come back to Earth. This time most of the things have changed. The 12 heroes who used to be his companions are big shots now. And the MC wants to find the one who backstabbed him and take his sweet revenge. Art-wise, this is a delicacy. The fighting scenes are marvelous. The MC is OP from the start and the story is nothing new, but it is still amazing. 5. God of Blackfield. Ongoing. Chapter 89. Leaving only black soot and dead bodies in his wake, Kong Chan, the God of Blackfield, struck fear into the hearts of his enemies. But one day, in the chaos of battle, his life was abruptly snuffed out. I've been shot, but the bullet came from behind me. Revived 3 years later, this god is now a wimpy high schooler with major problems, savage bullies, shady business dealings, and even girls. Revenge seemed like a straight shot, but high school is a battlefield all of its own. The story tells us that Kong Chan was a Korean soldier in the French Foreign Legion, who was killed due to a betrayal and became reincarnated into a young man's body. For additional context, the choice of using the French Foreign Legion is a clever one. The French Foreign Legion is often used as a motif to escape your past and start anew. They are a legendary group of soldiers and it's perfect as a starting point for someone who needs to get a new start in life. The premise alone isn't that terrible. The plot point that this soldier is battle-hungry, because of an implied past trauma and betrayal, could be an interesting one. The problem is that the premise is not introspective about his past, and immediately puts him on a pedestal morally, when at best he's morally gray. He is a young, impressionable man, yet the story fails to explore the emotional stunting he would experience as a young man with a traumatic youth, and his choice to escape into the military, whereas the story shows, isn't a place to develop emotionally. His military past is simply used as an excuse to make him a strong fighter and to push the plot forward. To sum up the problems with this story is that it is entirely driven by the main character in the least interesting way possible. He's perfect without any introspection and we're expected to just accept that fact. Kong Chan is not someone to look up to in any way the way we might look up to, say, Superman, who is perfect yet represents something better in all of us. Kong Chan is essentially a manchild who gets to get away with doing manchild stuff because he's the main character. 4. Leveling Up Alone. Ongoing. Chapter 81. Living in a world infested with monsters is hard enough, but doing it without powers? That's Hanyul's life in a nutshell. Fearsome beasts roam the earth and kill everyone in their path. Elite members of society called the Awakened, mobilized to protect humanity with their supernatural abilities. Amidst it all, Chanyul is just a poor porter, tasked as sideline support. But when a benevolent being gifts him with special abilities, he's ready to harvest all the loot and take it to the next level. It is very interesting. When I started reading it, there were 2 webtoons that immediately came to my mind, Solo Leveling and The Sorcerer King. Because it was quite familiar to these 2, I started liking it, and after just a few chapters it became quite good. I mostly like that he gets some kind of guide like Rimuru gets in Tensai Shitara Slime Data Ken. That seems very interesting. The story for now is very interesting as well as the characters. The art could be better, but even though it's very satisfying and I like it very much. 3. My 990,000 past lives help me. Ongoing. Chapter 55. As an F-rank hunter, Kong Hyeonjun struggles to make a living in a world where dungeons exist and monsters are real. But after repeatedly failing to pull his weight in raids and being chewed out by fellow party members, his self-esteem hits rock bottom. To make matters worse, his girlfriend, who has climbed the ranks during their time together, dumps him on their one-year anniversary. When Hyeonjun returns home that night in a drunken haze, he finds himself walking into a dreamscape instead of his humble studio. There, a man claiming to be one of his past lives offers to make him stronger. But as the saying goes, if there's no pain, there's no gain. Will Hyeonjun be able to endure multiple trials and finally obtain the strength he so desperately desires? I really enjoy it. It has an interesting concept with past lives which I really enjoy. He becomes strong by things that we haven't seen before. As I say, I consider this thing a masterpiece and I will continue reading it till the end. 2. The Lone Necromancer. Ongoing. Chapter 27. Sungwoo is a former Special Forces soldier who has returned to college after completing his national service. His ordinary life as a student is shattered, when one day he and his fellow students are faced with a mysterious prompt asking them to select a role. Sungwoo chooses the Necromancer, a rare ability that grants him the power to control the undead. With the campus and outside world seemingly on the brink of collapse, Sungwoo must use his newfound powers to battle fearsome monsters and help save his fellow students. This looks really good. This is one of those few manhwas which get this system things right. The MC is not given any head starts than others, he just uses his brain at the right time to get the best things for himself. The MC is having a normal day inside his university. Suddenly a menu pops up in front of everyone. The menu says to choose a class from different classes available, such as swordsman, shieldmaster, samurai, etc. Every class has a different number of stars with them. Some people hesitate to choose their class while the MC thinks fast and chooses the class with the most stars, Necromancer. After class choosing time is over, the human world is invaded by monsters. So the MC gets a grip of the situation and starts to level up. 1. Level 1 player. Ongoing. Chapter 25. The Anomaly of the Hunter World. A level 1 capable of destroying rankers is here. You've awakened. A miracle that he desired finally happened, and things finally looked like they were on the up. Wait, why can't I level up? On top of garbage stats, I have no skills. That's when Yun Sung noticed a weird unique skill while in despair over his bad luck. The cheat system the MC gets is too overpowered. The art is not that much consistent, especially during fight scenes. This is a hardcore grinding manhwa. The characters are mostly good-natured. This manhwa is good, but the plot can get a bit repetitive for hardcore dungeon manhwa fans. Do you agree with our picks? Check out our other videos for more suggestions. And don't forget to give us a like before going. Until then, take care and we will see you in our next videos.